Hi, this is How to Play I'm His, He's Mine by Katy Perry, Piano Tutorial, Part 3, last part. So, we've done everything now. You've done the rhythm, you've done the chords. We now got to learn the jazz chords. I'm going to do this properly because this is a great opportunity to learn to do jazz chords. Now, let's take the first chord. Basically, all of these are sevenths, I think. So, instead of playing a straight chord, you play any of these chords, you play a seventh. Now, going back to our how you make a chord here, remember you take any note from the scale, so we're going to take D again, you go up 2, so you play F, you go up 2 again, A. Now to make a seventh, so that would be in the scale of D, that would be the first note of the scale, third note of the scale, the fifth note of the scale. To play a seventh, you just add 2 up again, which is C, B flat C, like you can see B flat C, yeah? So we're going to go D, F, A, and then C. Do you see that? It's just every second note. It's D, miss a note, F, miss a note, G, A, miss a note, C. That is a D minor seventh. Pretty juicy, hey? This is what you're going to play. But the cool thing is, there's a couple of cool things. Firstly, how should I explain this? So firstly, this C here at the top, instead of playing it at the top, what we're going to do is we're going to play it at the bottom. There. That makes sense? So instead of playing the C here, we're dropping down to the bottom. So we're going to play it like that. Alright? But here's the really cool thing. If I play all those notes together, now in the bass we've got a D, yeah? So because the D's in the bass, we don't need it here. That makes sense. So all you're going to do is that. Then you've got all the notes. So the C, basically you've got the D here, F, A, the C is now down here. So that is a D minor seventh. Now the cool thing about this is, if you've done the first part, you'll remember a D minor is that. To make a seventh, really cool, you simply just take the thumb and move it down a note, down the scale, D down to C. And then you've got a seventh. And this is the same for the other chords as well. So, yeah, that's great. So that's exactly what you're going to do. That's your first chord, is a D minor seventh. Like that, all right? Now, the next chord you did in here was E flat. All right? So you've got your E flat chord here. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're just going to move down a note in the scale. So the thumb's on E flat. We're going to move that thumb down to a D. And this is actually an E flat major seventh, but exactly the same. You just literally move the thumb across one, and then you've got a seventh. It's a really nice way of making a seventh. So you literally take the chord, move the thumb down one, and you've got a seventh. As long as you know the key signature. So you see with D's going down to C. With the E flat, moving your thumb down to a D. See the thumb's gone from E flat to a D, and that's your E flat major seventh. But again, you just got to make sure you know the key. So you're going from E flat to D there. See what I mean? And that'll be the first 2 chords. So back to what it'll be. You need to go to part 2 if you want the rhythm. And that's your first 2 chords. All you're doing is moving the thumb across one. See? Instead of playing an E flat, you're playing it seventh. So you've got to learn to go from D, move your thumb across. So the way I do it is I play playing the D in the left hand, but I kind of go to there and just move my thumb. So just move my thumb across. Same with the E flat, go to the E flat, but just move your thumb across a bit. And that's your first 2 chords, alright? That's a D minor seventh to an E flat major seventh. The important thing for you is they're just sevenths. You've got a D minor seventh, and E flat major seventh. Alright? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. Okay? Then we're going to go to the A minor. Now this is a slightly different way of making a seventh, because remember you go A, go up to C, go up to E. I'm sorry about that E being, this is slightly out of key here, just accept that. Then go up to, would be to a G. That'd be your seventh. Do you see that? So you've got A, C, E, and G. That would be your seventh, alright? Now what we're going to do here is actually easier in a way. What we're going to do is we're playing the A in the bass, so we don't need the A, and all we're left with then is this. It's like a C chord. You're playing C, 2 up, E, 2 up, and G. And that's your A minor seventh. So instead of putting a thumb here, you literally just move up 2, and that becomes another way of playing an A minor seventh. Do you see? So instead of playing an A minor with your thumb there, you're moving everything up 2. It's like a C chord with an A in the bass. But basically, nice easy way of playing a minor seventh is just move everything up 2 and then keep the left hand in the bass. Okay, so that's your A minor 7th. That is the... I'll show you this. That's your A minor. You're now playing a 7th. So instead of playing an A minor like that, you're moving everything up 2. That's now an A minor 7th. Hope that makes sense. And this is really cool now. This is quite easy. This is actually easier than what you did at the beginning. So that's your A minor 7th. You can do an A flat now. And this one's going to be an A flat major 7th. This is quite cool though. So you remember you did your A flat like that. That's your A flat chord that you did earlier. And then we're going to add... 2 up from, what we got? 2 up from E is a G, so we're adding a G. That's actually an A flat major 7th, okay? This is really simple. It looks complicated, but this is going to be really simple. So what we do, quite simply, because we've already got the A in the bass, we don't need the A. So all we're doing is playing these 3, all right? And of course, you've just come from this chord, so all you need to do is move the middle note to the black note, like that. That's the 3rd chord, and that's the 4th chord, you see? So the bass is going from an A to an A flat, and then this hand is going to what looks like a C chord to a C minor. You're just literally moving that middle note down to the black note below. Really easy, hey? And that is technically an A minor 7th to an A flat major 7th. Okay, let me just get back to the chords. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So all together then, you're going to go... I don't know how else to... I'm not going to break that down so much because I think if you've got to this point, you're probably a little bit more advanced. Maybe you don't need to break it down so much. You just follow through the video over and over again. So basically, remember you're moving your thumb for both of these 2 chords. Now you're going to go A, and then you're playing a C chord up here with an A in the bass. That's the A minor 7th. And then you're just literally moving the middle finger down. Nice and simple. And ending with this G chord. Now, this is slightly weird. What we're going to do... This is weird. I admit this. What we're going to do is actually a G 9th, which is quite cool. We're going to go G with a thumb there. Next note is a B. Oh, sorry. So G minor 9th would be G. Then, if I go back to the scale, this is the last chord now. So we're going to go... G, up 2 would be B flat, up 2 from B flat would be D, up 2 would be F, that's a 7th, and then you go 8th, 9th, that would be a 9th. You've actually got to add, so you've got there, up, that was 1, 3, 5, 7, and then up 2 again to get a 9th, alright? Which is cool, but we're not going to play the B flat. All you're doing is that. So it looks like a D minor chord that you learned at the beginning with a G in the bass. It's technically going to be a G minor 9th. Okay, but we're going to lose that B flat, and it looks like that. So it's really simple. You've got your G in the bass and a D minor chord at the top. It's technically a G minor 9th, alright? But you're not putting that black note in. So that's what we do. It looks like G in the bass, D minor at the top. And that's going to be your last chord. Okay? And then what you're going to do is lose the 9th and just move it to a G, which is already in the bass. So you're going to do, you go, that's the minor 9th. So just thumb there, D minor chord there, it's a G minor 9th. And then you resolve it to this, which is just you're taking the 9th and putting it back to a G. Okay? So you can go thumb, middle finger, ring finger. And it simply goes, so you're going from a 9th to a 7th, 9th to a 7th. The 9th includes the 7th. But then you're just resolving to a 7th. So you're going to go 9th, 7th, 9th, 7th. And so it looks like this. It goes... Okay, you see what's happening there? You're just going from A at the top, and then you're for the first chord, and then switching to this, which is thumb, middle finger, ring finger on the G at the top. So you're switching from the A to the G, like that. A to G, and the rest is staying the same. Show you that with the, so you're going from a 9th to a 7th, 9th to a 7th. There you go, so G 9th and then to the 7th. And let me show you that with the rhythm. Exactly as the rhythms before, you're just going from a G 9th to a G 7th there. So you're going to go. And that's the G 9th, G 9th. So it goes G 9th, G 9th, and then G 7. And back round. G 9th, G 9th. Or or for simplicity, little finger on A, and then you go to G at the top, back to A at the top, back to G at the top. Okay, let me play the whole thing and then we're done. So it's gonna be, I might not, I'll do my best. Whoops, that was not a good start. Oops. That's it, sorry. My mistake. And that's the whole thing. And it's really cool. Sometimes I just do these tutorials for the sake of it, to see what songs would come out, do the tutorial. I did the same with this, and then I started to work it out, and I thought, that's quite nice actually. I quite like this. Very jazzy, very cool. Good song as well. Well done, Katy Perry. I mean, I was listening to her in like 2008, I think. So she's doing brilliantly, reinventing herself with the help of a lot of very gifted writers and producers, obviously. Anyway, please like, please subscribe if you like this. Please comment. The comments are the most important thing to me. If you comment, I know people are watching it, that people are liking it. Otherwise, it gets very tedious. So, and please do subscribe if you want to get more pop songs as they come out. And I promise to be, I think I can stick to this, the most accurate person on YouTube. Whenever I look at the other ones, there's sort of rough approximations. These is accurate to the letter. I'm not promising I never make mistakes, but what I am promising is I'm more accurate than anyone else. So please do like, subscribe, and come back to watch the next video soon.